Hello everyone and welcome over to the final race of the group stages of the World Cup, and it's been two races now of the group stages, but now we're moving on to the third and final race of the group stages. So without further ado, let's make a move on and take a look at the rosters coming up to this race. Okay, and as some of you may have noticed, and yes, I'm gonna go through what's happening. So basically because Group C have already had the spot secured for the next round, as it's required for all the teams that whoever finished in the top two and secure their spots will advance on to the next round. Because Group C, Philippines and Portugal have already secured their spots, with England, the only other team other than the two, already being knocked out. Basically, with England knocked out and the two remaining, this obviously meant that these two have secured their spots, and therefore, with only one race remaining, I've decided it's no point just doing another race. So just thought it's easier to just sort, there's no point doing another race. So instead, we'll just be doing Group A, Group B, and then Group D. So only 3 races today. So let's make a move on. And first of all, let's move on and start off with Group A. Okay, so let's get started with the third race of Group A. So let's make a move on and see who will qualify on pole. So here we go. And as I say, this will be a showdown between Germany and New Zealand. Who will get the last spot and who will join China for the next round? So here we go. Let's see. And it's going to be Henry Guo who will start on the pole alongside Cameron Jr. So, and all China front row, of course. Aaron Thiel and Martin Tomsik will start 3rd and 4th, and New Zealanders Andre Harm Gardner and David Dixon will start 5th and 6th. So here we go.
Drivers, to your car.
Drivers, start your engines!
And away we go in just a moment's time. Those old cars line up. It is certainly going to be a showdown. Just thought I'd make it quicker. Here we go. And we're going to get racing here at Daytona for all Group A races. Here we go. So this is certainly going to be a showdown. Let's see how the teams can pull off from there. And looks like China continues to lead with Henry Guo behind the wheel as Cameron Jr. starts slipping back. And here comes New Zealand in the likes of David Dixon. Up into second place he goes with Andre Gardner, his teammate, right behind him. And can New Zealand hop on for first this time? China continues to lead. It looks like New Zealand have got that in the bag at the moment, but can they hold the bag for the rest of the race? Because things can change every time. So right now, David Dixon needs to get that crown. I mean, Andre Gardner, got these two mixed up. I do apologize. Andre Gardner and David Dixon will try and swift their way past Henry Guo for the lead, and David Dixon gets the inside line as Gardner falls onto the middle side, onto the middle part of the pack. Certainly not good down there, but can David Dixon go for it? And look at that, 3 wide for the lead to go, but unfortunately there's a bit of bad news there for New Zealand, as China in the likes of Cameron Jr. on the other side looks like he's got an opportunity of the inside line, but eventually 2 New Zealanders lead at the moment, but can they actually take that lead? Looks like Gardner is going to struggle to hold that second place as he falls onto the outside line, and here comes Cameron Jr. for China on the inside line as David Dixon leads this lap, but looks like Gardner is holding at the moment as all the cars get back into line in place. And China looking at the moment. David Dixon still holding on at the moment. And so far, New Zealand still has that one in the bag at the moment as they continue to hold on for 1 and 2 at the moment. They've gone equal over the line, which is interesting, and the line is starting to shake up a little bit. And I think Cameron Jr. still trying to shake off David Dixon with that draft in case if any mistakes has been made. And that looks like Martin Tomsik for Germany almost went into the wall. So far, no changes as of yet. Or could this be any changes as of now? The pack are going from side to side, but they've no way of pathing at the moment. But could this be a victory for New Zealand this time, as we're coming up to the halfway stage of this race? Still no changes as of yet. Still no changes as of yet. And this is it. So we're coming up to the penultimate lap of the race. We are coming up to the end of the penultimate lap. So far, New Zealand has been dominating this whole race. So that will be a boost, and that will certainly put them into the next stage. So as last lap, the white flag has started. The last lap has started. The white flag is out. So can New Zealand hold on in the bag or so? As they're about to beat China in the race, but not in the championship, because of course they will actually be joining China second place to the next round. But here comes David Dixon or Himhar Humgardner, who's going to take the checkered flag. It's going to be Humgardner who will take the checkered flag first, and New Zealand have got themselves 5 points, and away we go for those two. They will make it to the next round alongside China. So they've beaten Germany to the next round. So congrats to New Zealand. They are through to the next round. So now let's move on to Group B, which is certainly going to be an exciting race. So that's it. So Germany is officially out of the World Cup. Okay, so we're back for this time for Group B. So as usual, we have Australia, Norway, Croatia and Italy. So let's make a move on from there. So let's see who will get on pole this time.
Drivers,
And it's going to be Lucchesi of Italy who will start on the pole alongside Livakovic of Croatia, I think. Alexander Havel, Anders Krohn, Ruby Modric, Michel Peruzzi, Josh Berry and Kevin Harvick all line up. So let's move on from there. So
drivers, to your cars.
and away we go straight away, as there's no point just doing this whole start when we've got a short race. But anyway, so Lucchesi is currently riding today for Italy, so then driving today, so, and he's got another teammate of Italy. But anyways, let's hope. I've tried to splice up some racing to try and make it more exciting as possible, and it seems to me that, based on my test, that the races are getting more competitive. So let's see how we'll go. As look at that, they go three wide for the lead right now, and it looks like Norway might have the upper end, or Croatia, and it's going to be Norway who will take the pip for the lead, with Alexander Havel behind the wheel. And look at that, 3 wide, and to be frank with you, the inside line has already got the advantage down there. We have the Croatia of Croatian Ruby Modric in the lead right now, I think. And we've got the 2 Aussies right behind them. So this is going to be interesting to see who will join Croatia for the next round. Of course, being a 4-team shootout, a 4-team battle for the next round, only the top 2 teams will make it to the next round. So it is certainly going to be interesting to see who will get up front. So it's going to be really close, honestly. It's going to be really close. So and it will depend on how everyone is doing. Of course, Croatia's got a really big lead in the points. And here comes Croatia. One of the Croatians, Modric. And the Croatia hanging on there as they go equal over the line with Norway. Norway's Alexander Havel. As we're coming up to the end of lap 5 right now. Well, this is surprisingly boring. Honestly, I don't know what to do much about it, so they've been hanging on for about the last 15 laps now, and we're coming up to the penultimate lap already, and it seems to me that Croatia is probably gonna win the race for at least the third successful run the third consecutive time, I would say, in a row. But it seems to me that Haval of Norway is still hanging on there to potentially take that spot away. So it is certainly going to be close as we're about to head off to the final lap now. So it's certainly going to be interesting to see as right now it's going to be between Modric and Haval. Who will take the checker flag first? And here we go. Who's going to win it? Who's going to win it? Who is it going to be? It's going to be Haval, who will take the checker flag first for Norway. So Norway will get 5 points in the bag. So they will get their first win of the tournament as a first driver win. That means they've got 5 points in the bag. Then we have 10 points for Croatia, and we have 3 points for Australia, 2 points for Norway, and then another 1 point for Australia. So it's certainly going to be close, but I think Norway might have just got the pit through. Norway might have just got it. They might have just got it, so I think Norway might have just got it, so that's going to be interesting. But of course, we will find out when I do the points. So, but anyways, Norway wins today's race, today's round. So, anyways, let's move on to Group D, I mean, as of course I forgot to mention, but I did mention earlier that Group C, there will be no Group C round basically, because of England being knocked out, and there's no point doing dealing with the other two because they're already through to the next round. That has been Philippines and Portugal. Apologies, I've been a bit off today, so but yeah, basically no Group C, as Philippines and Portugal are now through, and we move on straight to Group D. So let's move on from there. So anyways, let's move on to Group D, and we are back for the last round of the group stages, and that is of course Group D. Group D's third race, with USA, Denmark, and France battling out together. However, though, as of moment in time, USA have secured a spot to the next round, as they have gone over the maximum of 3 points coming up to this last race of the group stages. So that means Denmark and France are going to have to battle it out to see who will join USA for the next round. So without further ado, let's see who will qualify on pole for this race. And it's going to be Skylar Taylor of Denmark who will start on the pole. So Denmark has the upper hand at least, alongside another, basically his teammate, Christopher Bright in the 87 car. Then we have Nicholas Wright and Blake Parker, both French and American. And another American, Blake Parker, or Bailey Parker. I gotta have to distinguish the names, just in case. And Jay Tavalia, who will start in 6th place. And just bear with me just a moment. Okay, so Blake Parker is in the 17. Bailey Parker is in the 76th. So just to remember it. So right now, let's make a move on from there. And yes, we're gonna get this done quick as possible. So
Driver cars.
as pace car is about to enter now, and this will be it. The last 20 laps of the group stages, with Denmark locking up the front row. Let's see how they can manage with a win. Let's see. So can Denmark actually win? Who knows? As looks like a Christopher Bright. Well, no, Skylar Taylor gets up in front with the French of Nicholas Wright right behind him, and yes, France need to at least, well, either Denmark or France, whoever outscored the other wins and gets their spot in the next round. The other will unfortunately lose and gets kicked out of the tournament. So looks like Denmark is holding it right there, but looks like we've got the two USA cars chasing the Danish on the inside line. That is Bailey Parker in the 76 car and Blake Parker in the 17 car. So hopefully there's not going to be another domination of the hosts, the USA hosts, of course, because this is taking place in Daytona, USA, Daytona, Florida, USA. And here comes Bailey Parker on the inside line, and she will take, hopefully she'll take the lead off of Taylor for the first time. And look at Christopher Bright getting a bit racy at the back. And look at that battle. Now this is what I'm talking about. Looks like I've managed to fix something out of it. And looking at all the cars battling from side to side, could this be what we call a grand finale of the group stages? As now the USA cars are now up in front. They're now locking up the top two spots for now. With I think Blake Parker's got the slightly upper hand. However, it seems to me that now I think Denmark are now playing second fiddle with France. France now holding on to that point now, so unfortunately Denmark have fallen back, having started in the top two positions in the front row basically. Now they're falling back, so now they're just playing second fiddle at the moment, because now France have got 1 point, so they're currently up and running at the moment for the tournament, for the next stage basically. So just hang in there. Just hang in there, France, or hang in there, Denmark, because the timing can be very different. pardon me, I've been not intending to hum or anything, but anyway, it looks like I think, oh, look at that. Looks like the USA have got themselves on the outside line. Not really good to see. So that would give the French and the Danish a chance to battle for the lead at least, which is certainly going to be interesting to see. They've now gone past the other USA car. And here comes Christopher Bright. This is going to be crucial. That battle for second place is crucial for the decision to who's going to end up with USA on the next round. As we're coming up to halfway of the race. Oh, look at that. They're going single file now. Just look at them go. And here comes Bright. And that's Wright, of course. Bright versus Wright. What do you expect or anything? And Blake Parker's still leading at the moment, with Christopher Bright right behind him. So Denmark now leading for that second place in the group. And look at that, 3 wide. Look at that. Oh my God, Bright in the middle of that pack of USA cars. Well, basically they're going side by side, 3 wide. 2 USA cars and Denmark, but Denmark of Christopher Bright of Denmark manages to snatch first away. So now they're in a very comfortable position down there. But what about France? So France are, both cars are now on the inside line, and now looks like they're not going to try and make a 3 wide and get past both USA cars, at least for Jace Travalia. This is certainly going to be a close race, I can see from there. Looks like Denmark are trying to get away from France, but Now we've got two USA cars now battling it out for the lead still. They're now basically keeping France away at least, but that's probably not gonna work as Jace Tavali is now on the chase on the outside line now. So he snatches away third place from Bailey Parker. Now up to second place. Well, up for the battle for second place. Here comes Jace Tavali for second place and perhaps for the lead. Will he take the lead? Because now is certainly going to be a hard-wrenching battle again between Denmark and France. Because they're currently tied on points. Like I said, whoever outscores the other will win, the other will lose. So France needs to get that in the bag, literally. Jace Tavali needs to get that extra point in the bag at least. In fact, come to think of it, it is possible that Denmark and France could tie again at the end of this race. That is, if, for example, if France gets 3 points, that means if France were to finish first and Denmark second and third respectively, then they would still be tied. So that could be something to think about. There's got to be a way to think of who will get second. Of course, second place. Obviously, Obviously, there is only one spot available, so I gotta figure something out later on. But anyways, France are currently leading, but probably not for anywhere longer, as Jace Tavali gets overtaken by Skylar Taylor once again. So looks like they're going back to plate racing now, as they are now in their position for the time being. But how long will it last? And oh, this is interesting. So as it stands, if it were to finish as it is, then these teams, Denmark and France, could end up tying again after the race. So I don't know if perhaps it's worth. I was thinking of a sudden death shootout, something like that, for like 10 laps. That could decide, and perhaps whoever wins the race, the team wins their spot. So that's what I'm thinking. But that can be talked about later on. As right now we've got 3 laps to go. Skylar Taylor and is that Jace Tavali again? Jace Tavali in the second car, and in the number 2 car, still battling it out. And it's certainly going to be close. It's certainly going to be even closer, because now there's a possibility that they could be tied on points. So this will be something to talk about. So But anyways, oh my, they're even going equal over the line as well. Well, last lap, not this one. The moment they crossed the line, they're now 0.01 separate from first and second place. France still leads if they were to cross the line next time. Looks like Christopher Bright. I mean, Skylar Taylor looks like they've got the upper hand now. As we're coming up to the penultimate lap of the race. Well, the end of the penultimate lap of the race. Sorry, I'm getting bad at pronunciations these days. But anyway, white flag and last lap, and this is going to be hectic, I would say. So, who do you think will win? It's going to be close, because as it stands, I don't know I don't know about it honestly. If maybe France crossed the line and Denmark second and then France third, then yeah, France would definitely have the edge for the for second place. But anyways, let's see who's going to win. Looks like it's going to be really close. It's going to be really close. Let's see who's going to win. Will it be France or Denmark? And France will take the checker flag. Denmark second place and third. Third, Nicholas Wright. Looks like France they've got it. France has made it to the next round with first place and third place. That equals 4 points. Denmark only scoring 2 points. So that means France have outscored Denmark by 2 points and they will make it to the next round alongside USA. So that would have been sudden death if, depending on how they finish their positions. But oh boy, France have made it. They have won the race and they have made it to the next round. So what a race we've had today. Hang on a second. So I'm gonna show you guys the point standings, and then we will then go through and find out the whole of the teams that will make it on to the next round. So stay tuned. And as you just saw, that's all for the group stages. And of course, those are your teams that will advance on to the next round. So this is it. This is the end of the group stages as we move on to the quarterfinals. So I would like to say thank you everyone for watching today's race, and hopefully I'll see you all next time. So anyways, for some teams that will advance on to the next round especially. So yeah, so take care everyone, and I'll see you all back on the track very, very, very soon.